Hi everybody, this is a short video on how to use freeconferencecall.com as an online teaching tool. I presume you already have an account with freeconferencecall.com. Click on the login and use your login information. I recommend you click stay logged in, and that way you don't have to enter your login information each time and password. So when it first comes up, you'll see the account information screen. It's got a cool little circle that shows the amount of space that's in use. We'll get to that at some point later in the video. But your different options are the online meetings and then the menu. Within the menu, I go to history and recordings, and you notice it shows the two videos that I have recorded. You look at the size in the far right hand corner for each, and that adds up to the amount of used space. If you wish to give the video a name, type in the name and then click save. If you type and do not click save, it will not save the name. So you've got to type the name and then click save, and that name will be attached to that particular video. And there you now see the description has the video name. So there are different things you can do with each video. You can play it back, you can lock and unlock it, delete it, share it, or download it. Those are all options that are available. I clicked on download. There are three different options for downloading, and the only one that you'll need to worry about is video and audio. The others only provide partial download of either the audio only or portions of the video. So you're going to choose the center one, audio and video, for your downloads. I'm going to show you what one looks like that has the audio and video downloaded, and I'll select that in just a moment here. And you will be able to see that that captures everything in our recording session. This is a Train the Trainer session that I had done on Free Conference Call. You notice it's got the screen share. You're seeing I'm fast forwarding here, you're seeing whoever's participating as they speak, their picture will show up. You don't see all the pictures together. The only video you see is who is speaking. So if someone is not speaking, you will not see their video even if they are sharing their video. That's just one thing that's unique about Free Conference Call. So always remember to click the center of those three when you are downloading your recording. Okay, within online meetings you can host or join. So I'm clicking on host. When you do, it will bring up this little application. Now there are two things here, two parts of this application. One is this white rectangle that says let's get started. That is a commercial. They're trying to get you to purchase premium services. You can just go ahead and close that each time it pops up. Again, you don't need those commercial services. I'm minimizing the screen so you can see what the control panel looks like, and we'll step through some of the control panel controls. If you notice here, it shows VoIP for sound, it shows screen share for the middle one, and video is your actual webcam. When you are in your teaching session, you will need to activate all three of those, and it is immediate. When you go to turn things on, it will be immediate. So you saw that. Here is the attendee list where you can see whoever's there. You have the option to manually delete or mute them individually, or you can click here to mute all attendees simultaneously. There are some other controls, but I don't actually use them. So all you need to worry about is that's where you would mute individual participants. Just to the right of that is the chat area. I do recommend you leave it set to all attendees instead of clicking on one person in particular. That way you don't get confused at who you're speaking with. So always choose all attendees. And then the last one is the record button. That's the one you'll need to record your session if you choose to. And it says, what should you record? Well, obviously try and record everything, audio, video, and your screen share. Now here it asks, are you already dialed in? The reason it's doing that is I am not currently connected into any session, so it's asking, are you going to use VoIP over your headset, or are you going to dial in and use your phone? You have the option for either one. in any session. So just remember that record button when you start. You can click to invite others, and just like it does for TeamViewer, it will help you put together a little narrative that says click here, etc. Now, if we want to go back here, we're going to go to View Wall, and that is the place where you'll be doing a lot of your viewing of your various recordings and such. Again, we have this commercial from freeconferencecall.com. Don't select any of those things because they are all premium services. So you notice here we have the phone number, we have the PIN, and the online meeting ID for my particular session, which because I have Scotty Ward, that's what it says there. And that's what shows there on your little control panel, the phone number, the access code, and my online meeting ID. So you see it at both locations. Now I'm trying to move here down at the very bottom. Again, this is another alternative. You can click Host Online Meeting here, and it will also bring up this same control panel. So you can do it either way. Number one from the very first screen, and number two from the wall. Now, under History and Recordings, you notice there are a number of videos that I've done, only 2 of which I have saved and recorded, so they actually have some space. So I always want to get rid of those space so I don't end up running out of space from my recordings. So you put those both together, it's about 500 some odd megabytes in space that are already used, and I don't want to run into any issues, so I always recommend that you periodically, every session or two, go into History and Recordings, download each of the recordings that you want to keep. Oh, I'm going off on a couple other things here. Web Controls, Broadcaster. You don't have to really worry about those, but here is another place you see the 2 recordings that I have and the total space that was in use. This is like that little circle on the initial screen. 500 and some odd megabytes of 1 gigabyte available. So I want to download these recordings and then delete them. So number 1, download. Number 2, delete. I've already downloaded this, so I'm just going to delete it. Same thing with the second one. You would click to download, and then you would click to delete. When you do that, you notice the first thing that you notice is the storage space doesn't update. All you need to do for this is click to refresh up on your browser window, and it will show you the updated space available. Oh, again, the commercial message here, let's get started. You don't need any of that. So now it says I have 1 gigabyte of 1 gigabyte space available. And that is pretty much everything you need to know about how to use your freeconferencecall.com, how to keep your storage space available, and how to use those controls.